Right. Yo, yo. Who have I got in front of me? What's your name, mate? What's your name?
Well, my name's Yooks.
Hello, Yooks. DJ Yooks.
DJ Yooks.
Yep, DJ producer. Yeah, how you doing, bruv?
I'm doing really well, man.
Yeah, listen, thanks for giving me your time for Small Talk Artist. Just going to be a very quick one just to see what you've been up to, what's happening for 2023, but we'll get into that. Tell us how long you've been DJing, brother.
Mate, we're talking early 90s. Started on some pirate radio stations.
Yeah.
London Underground.
Yeah, we shared them ones, didn't we?
Absolutely, that's where we know each other from, really. I mean, you know, back in the day.
Too long or not long enough?
Not long enough, man. It's never long enough.
Absolutely. So, Yooks, when you started DJing and stuff, obviously I know you it was like the garage house, wasn't it, really?
Yeah.
Where you kind of started playing on radio and stuff. Is it always been your choice of music pre that?
Pre that. Listen, from a kid, I've always been into my soul, reggae. I like pop, like some pop. A little bit.
Okay, is it alright if I just end this interview here now?
Well, you've got to have a kind of a broad field of, like, you know, imagination and that, but it's mainly been soul.
Yeah.
And then we got into like the break dancing, the hip hop, and all that sort of stuff. And then when the happy hardcore come along, bang into that.
We was all very happy.
You were very happy, yeah. Something in the water.
So jumping forward, yeah, say no more. From there, obviously you got onto London Underground, pirate station, one of the biggest at its time.
Pioneer, one of the pioneers.
Yeah, definitely, man. And you started early shows as well, didn't you? Same as me.
God, we started morning shows. We've done graveyard shifts.
But back then, graveyard shifts were very. Everyone's coming back from the raves, right. You know, kind of dipping and flying high, and still trying to rave.
I really got my groove on Sunday morning breakfast shows, like
I used to enjoy them, man.
8 till 10s or 10 till 12s, because like people would be coming back, like I said, coming back from rave, going into the cafe, getting something to eat, going home, just chilling before they crash out for like 4 days. And that's where I really found my groove, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and then you kind of got off, because I still stayed on London Underground, and you kind of, I don't know if you got out of the scene, but I think you took. Did you take a little?
Later on, I took some time out. I explored other ventures, but music being my thing, in my blood, in my bones, I kind of gravitated back to music.
Yeah.
Kind of 15, 18 years ago.
And I know you actually took a break, an actual break from music.
Yeah. That's right.
You stepped away for a while, same as me, stepped away for a while. And then I remember you was telling me you started to itch again. You know, you wanted to start DJing, and then you got into the producing. We're going to step on that in a sec. And then you started House FM.
That's right. Back in 2013, I think it was. I got onto House FM. I mean, the owner of House FM was the same guy that owned London Underground.
Yeah.
So, you know, we kind of, I met up with him and said, listen, any shows going, send us in a CD. Yooks, back then it was CDs. I can say back then it was CDs. My God. And he goes, just for protocol. And then, you know, within a short space of time, got myself a nice little show, and I've been on there ever since.
It's the same show you hold, which is
I've got Thursday afternoons 4 till 6. I started 2 till 4.
Okay.
But I moved up to 4 till 6, and I'm happy with that because it's a nice drive time.
You got promoted.
It's not what you know.
Yeah, definitely. It's what you can do. Right. So stepping into the production side, I know for a fact, well before, you've always wanted to kind of get involved in the production, and it's been the last 3-4 years.
About 5-6 years.
5-6 years now, yeah. And you started getting into it, started talking to me about it.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, you was making the tunes. I remember the first tune you made at the cafe that you owned at the time.
Yeah.
You came in, and I came in, and you said, "Come and listen to this." And you know, I heard it, and straight away I knew where you took the concept from, which was the imagination thing. Do you remember?
Right, yeah, that's right.
And all of a sudden, you have not stopped, bruv. You're worse than a rabbit being chased by 100 dogs.
Yeah.
You know, I've got to say, you've been going madly forward. So you started releasing stuff. You started production. learning the trade, learning the business, learning the production side.
Yeah.
And now, as you can see in the background, you know what I mean? I'm a, we make a lot of tracks together.
That's right.
And, we're trying to keep it to a Wednesday as we do. Obviously, some days we can't, but some days we do. Most of the time we are together making loads of tunes ourselves, putting it out on your labels and stuff. So then you decided to start your own labels, hence what's on your chest right now.
Infinity Music. I mean,
Infinity Music Group. Yeah.
How I got into it, I started a good friend, a mutual friend of ours.
Yeah.
He owned Dave Anthony. He owned Newtown Records.
Quality producer.
Absolute quality.
Yeah.
He's a master at his art. And being good friends with him, we spoke about it quite a lot. And he kind of convinced me to look into getting into production, a few years back. He and I used to do promotions and DJ together back in the day at clubs and that. But he's kind of stayed prolific with regards to his production, and he's like quite advanced. And he said to me, "Listen, I'll show you what you need to know to get you started." And for about a year and a half, I listened to what he had to say. I had to really, literally became a student.
A lot of people don't get that opportunity.
No, it was more like a student-teacher relationship at most points. You know?
Yeah.
Although he was a really good friend of mine, I had to assume that role of student and listen to what he had to say, because he once said to me, "Yooks," he goes, I've made every mistake you can make with regards to production, so people like you don't have to." And that stuck with me, so I listened to what he had to say, and it's rung true since.
Right, so stepping forward, you've had some massive hits, right? You've had a few number ones. How many number ones you had? A couple now, isn't it?
I think it's two.
Yeah, 2 number ones. You're always in the top 10 of Soulful House charts. I know you're a bumpy man. I know you love your soulful, bumpy flavour. And I know a lot of people at one stage were saying like, "Oh, this bumpy, soulful stuff, you either go soulful, or you keep it jazzy soulful." This bumpy thing was like, how massive is it now, bro?
To be honest, I recognised that transition where it was really fluffy house, right?
Yeah.
And I'm in a position, right? And I don't want to sound like I'm big-headed and that. I really don't care. Can I say give a shit? Can I say that?
You can say give a fuck. I don't care.
I really don't give a shit, right? If it's liked or not.
Yeah.
I love making music. And I was asked a question the other day. What is the role of a music producer? It's not just to produce music. It's to show the feeling of what you're feeling, what you're going through. And it comes out in the music. I've got a demo back. I've got a demo back from an artist that's coming brand new into the house scene. It's coming from a neo soul background, but he's coming into the house scene. This guy's voice, I'm thinking about his voice now. He sent me the demo, and it was like, he's so underestimated himself. And I'm like, "Mate, do you hear what I'm hearing?" He's like, "It's kind of, no." I said to him, "Listen, just wait until we finish with this track."
Sometimes I don't hear it, bro.
No, they don't hear it. And I said to him, "Listen, this is going to be..." So we've got some massive tracks coming this year. Well, I don't know if they're going to be released. I've got so much stuff in the pipeline.
Your catalogue is sick, man. I mean, look, even the stuff we're making in the background there, although that's going on my label, which we're in a fight about, but it is going on my label.
It's on my computer for now, though.
Yeah, it's true.
Want to fight?
Yeah, no fights. So, you've worked with some great vocalists, great musicians, and you've really got into your production. What is planned for DJ Yooks for 2023? I'm realising and I'm seeing there's a lot of bookings happening now. You're playing out now, which we always do sit back and think, well, what's going on here? But
it's that age-old thing, from what I'm realising now, back in the day, like when we were DJing vinyl, DJs were DJs. They were kind of the elite,
Yeah.
But now everyone's a DJ, and it's easy to become a DJ with the technology, and it's brilliant. Got lots of new people coming through and that. So the art of DJing is kind of lost in its masses. So you kind of got to have new tricks under your sleeve, like with the production, or if you're into YouTubing and your channels and your social media. A lot of new guys, they live on social media. I'm a crusty, dusty dinosaur, so I'm a little bit lost with this social media stuff. So I just rely on my music, you know what I mean? And if I get a booking, I get a booking. If I don't,
But it has moved forward. I'm thinking people are starting to realise in what you offer.
Yeah.
apart from your production as a DJ, great DJ as well. You've been doing it long enough, man. So production wise, I know you've got a library coming out, and I know I am one of the DJs that gets the absolute exclusives, right? And I do get to play them like months before at some cases. Otherwise, you know what I'll do to you, but that's another story. So DJing wise, we know what you're doing. There's a few things coming up. Production wise, you got 3 labels.
Yeah, so we've got Infinity Music, which is the purple one.
Yeah.
And that is basically for like the epic kind of big Technicolor productions, vocals, brass, bass, live stuff. Do you know what I mean? And then you've got Infinity Deep, which is the orange one.
Yeah.
The orange one is kind of the dub clubs, the club dubs of those tracks.
Yeah.
A bit more dubby, a bit more clubby. And then you've got Jelly Spoon. Jelly Spoon is kind of an offshoot that allows friends of mine to release records if they don't have like a distribution company on their side.
Yeah.
So, you know, there are some fantastic bedroom producers that have got some great ideas, but just don't have the facility to release their music. So through close friends of mine, I'll allow them to come onto.
Yeah, you give them that platform, and obviously they've got to be to a certain spec. We're not just putting anything on the label.
The quality control is strict.
Yeah, I see that. Boy, do I see that.
It has to be, man. You know, it's about the feeling. I want to get the feeling across, and you know as well, bro.
Absolutely,
you're not going to put out any old shit. You know? No,
not on
hear
my.
Something, and you'll go, no. Just scratch that without even me having to say anything to you. So the quality control is there, you know.
Yeah, wicked. All right, Yooksy, just plug your show one more time.
So on House FM, all the W's.hsc.fm, 4 till 6 every single Thursday. On Track Source, Yooks, YOOKS, Infinity Deep, Infinity Music, and Jelly Spoon. That's my thing. Got a YouTube channel as well. Got tons of stuff. Got a website.
Your webpage? What's your webpage?
All the W's.infinitymusic.uk. You can buy merchandise. Download some mixes, buy some tunes, some catalogues, some old catalogue, back catalogue stuff.
Wicked.
Visit it and have a laugh.
Yeah.
And go.
Listen, Yooks, thank you very much for your time, bro. Enough love, man. You know how much love I got for you. This much.
That's the size of your willy, innit?
No, that's the size of your head. Fam, love ya. Thanks a lot, Yooksy. Later.